Haha, 5 minutes in and we're about ready to get going. So I want to thank everyone quickly tuning in because tonight's going to be fun again because we're going back to Ace Attorney Investigations 2. And I don't know about the rest of you, but I was actually really looking forward to playing it today. So I hope you all are going to go there. I just unmuted myself. I usually leave about 5 minutes of like just intro stuff so I can send the link out to people and to sort of give the we'll be starting soon kind of thing. I have to say, I should probably develop some sort of front screen so that I can do that, but you know, we'll let this loop finish and then we'll get on the road. Yeah. It's probably just you, Snake. But of course you can't even hear me say that, so... Now, okay, and just DM me on Discord too, by the way, if for whatever reason things are not... or laggy. The music is meant to be laggy when we get to the DS portion, but like if the stream video quality becomes laggy, let me know. Alrighty. Alright, we're gonna close this out now. And we are going to move right into playing more Prosecutor's Path. As you can see. Oh yeah. It's a good time. So, last we left off, we were going sort of through here. And we talked to Frank Sawitz, and we are now gonna talk to the special guy, the new character, this super important inmate, to put it this way. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to, what was it, like the special cell or something? So we're gonna go there, and we're gonna have a fun little time with it. Fix the problem. Alright. So, let's do this. And just to make sure, I have all the means of doing so. Okay, cool. I can talk to Ray and he's like,
"There's a monkey on that hill, Mr. Edgeworth."
"No, that's hardly an appropriate spectacle for a prison."
When you see stuff like this, you can really feel the tension rise.
"I hope you're not expecting me to agree with you. Also, Kay, just so we're clear, I don't want to see you climbing that hill."
But someone's gotta show that monkey who's boss.
"Don't provoke the monkey." It's pretty funny. And then we got a rabbit. Ah, what's a rabbit doing here? I almost stepped on it. Oh yeah, we already talked to that. Alright, well, I guess it's time to go to the secret place. March 28th, 12:41 p.m. Prison Special Cell.
Hey, it's pitch black in here. I can't see a thing at all.
Aren't you always talking about how the Yatagarasu is supposed to flap even in the darkest night?
Even in the depths of night, when no other bird dares to take flight. One alone soars to shine the light on the righteousness on the world's blight. And that one is me, for I am the great thief Yatagarasu.
And I gotta send the link to one more person. Oh, that was pretty cool.
But still, I can't see what I can't see. I'm just as human.
Uh-oh. Oh, it is the dog. Ah! Mr. Edgeworth, I presume? That voice. It can only be. It has been far too long. So, you still remember me?
It would be impossible to forget, because it was you who did what none could do, and placed me here in this cell.
Don't tell me that dog is talking to you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Is there someone else there? I can't see anything, though.
Down, boy. It is rude to frighten the visitors.
Actually, I don't know who this is.
Here, allow me to illuminate this dark room.
Oh, fuck.
Such noisy visitors. From the voices and footsteps to more in the back. But it would be rude to not introduce myself. I am called Sirhan Dogen. Mr. Edgeworth and I, we are old acquaintances.
This man is a former assassin. The blind assassin, Sirhan Dogen. His weapons are sharp knives and a ferocious dog. His appearance is always accompanied by the sound of a bell. It is said that the ringing of this bell in the darkness is the last sound his victims hear.
Would you be so kind as to share the reason why you have come, Mr. Edgeworth?
That will not be necessary. You are already well aware of why we're here.
It seems we know each other quite well. Yes. Murder suspect.
We suspect your dog of committing the murder. The witness who discovered the body saw him biting it.
There must be some mistake. My boy is obedient. He would never do such a thing. Right, Anubis? Good boy, good boy, good boy.
Anubis may be your guide dog, but you raised him to be a vicious killer. He was one of the weapons you used as an assassin.
To begin with, this is the witness of a reliable sort.
It's true. It's true that Saad is also one of the suspects. And it's difficult to say we can trust his testimony.
In any case, I think you have the wrong dog. Right, Anubis? Right, boy?
I wonder if he knows who the witness is. I would like to hear your alibi from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. yesterday morning.
During the animal show, I was in my humble cell the entire time. If I took up whittling recently, my focus was solely on the wood and the chisel in my hands.
The prisoners have free access to chisels here? Normally that's not allowed.
The warden is a kind soul. She has given me special permission.
Kind? Ridiculous. Even 5 metal chisels would become deadly become deadly weapons in his hands.
I started out by carving these Buddha statues, but I moved on to other shapes after the 674th.
Really? That many?
All it takes is time, which I have plenty of. Here is where I am working on now.
I did not know you played chess.
Do you play as well, Mr. Edgeworth? I would like to test your wits in a game sometime. I only started playing since my arrival here, so I am still inexperienced.
What is this piece? It's a 3-headed dog?
Just for the fun of it, I carved this hound piece. Chess is a game of war. Pawns, knights, and castles. Each side pushing their forces to their limits to take the life of the enemy's king. However, I found the absence of dogs to be strange. Hounds are an indispensable part of warfare.
Thank you for the follow, Dragon Drop It. Really appreciate it. Dragon Drop It. I like that. That's a cool name.
But it is nothing more than a folly. I still play by all the normal rules of chess.
Isn't it difficult for you to find opponents here in prison?
I always play correspondence chess.
Correspondence chess. Oh, you are, actually. How far are you in this game? So you play chess through the mail.
Prisoners are allowed to send and receive letters, although they are subject to inspection. At the moment, I am waiting for my opponent's next move.
Oh, you just got to case 3. Okay, so you know what happens in this. So, I'm excited to see what goes on, because Snake in the chat has been very vocal about this case being one of his favorites in the entire franchise. So, I'm excited.
I am awaiting my opponent's next move.
Hound piece, huh? Okay. So he plays chess with people outside of this prison. Alright, let's talk about the victim. This case is exciting. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Do you know who was murdered?
It was Horace Knightley, a most unfortunate lad.
Your ears are as sharp as ever.
They are all I can rely on.
As I thought, he has full knowledge of everything that goes on in this prison.
On second thought, he might be fortunate after all.
Fortunate? How so?
He committed a grave crime, but he was able to avoid punishment for it. An assassination attempt on the president. What a bold man.
Assassination attempt?
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, did Mr. Knightley just...
He may have killed his own superior, but he never attempted to take the president's life. Are they trying to conceal the fact that the assassination was staged by the president? Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hold your horses. Knightley didn't attack the president? But Uncle Ray was requested to defend him in court on charges of attempted assassination.
You didn't know either, Uncle Ray? So, they're trying to pin the whole thing on Mr. Knightley? Mr. Knightley?
Now I see why the PIC is taking action.
Ah, so that's why they removed you from the case.
That DePest guy was going to indict him on charges of attempted assassination.
And in doing so, would have twisted the truth.
I suspect it was a false charge. I heard about the one of the guards, about Knightley. He kept desperately insisting, I didn't assassinate anyone!
But the courts are supposed to bring the truth to light.
I may not be well versed in the law, but I can say one thing for certain. Some of the prisoners here were convicted on false charges.
Ugh.
That's the reality of it. Right, Anubis? Right, boy? Leaving the truth in the care of the courts can be dangerous.
Leaving the truth in the care of the courts is dangerous. Huh. There was someone who said the exact same thing before. That investigator from Interpol, who doesn't trust prosecutors. Ah, that's Lang. Hey, it's Lang.
You're not twisting the truth behind those closed courtroom doors too, are you? Fueled by those ideas, is it any wonder that courts produce nothing but falsities and lies?
Why does he have that accent? I don't know.
Falsities and lies? Rest assured, next time we meet, I won't be so forgiving. I won't be so forgiving.
I doubt his distrust is cleared up completely.
You feel the same way, don't you, Anubis? The truth of the courts and Mr. Edgeworth's reasoning both can't be trusted, right?
Ah,
It is nothing to be upset about. You're not the only one who suspects me. Yesterday, the other prosecutor and the judge came here too. They brought the warden along. How they despise me.
Oh, it must have been those two rude people from before.
Prosecutor DeBest and Judge Courtney.
They thoroughly inspected my room, but left without finding a thing. It seems they were searching for the murder weapon. Tis a shame. They searched the other prisoner cells too, not just mine. Yet they were still unable to find anything. All that hard work was for naught.
Alright, so cool, we have the information. Investigations 2 does not pull any punches. Good to frickin' know, especially after that first case. This is quite a problem. What should we do? Saad's testimony alone won't hold up. In order to confront him, we'll need evidence. Okay.
Now then, if my guest would be so kind as to leave. Right, Anubis, show them the way out.
Okay, dog. Does this mean, what I think it means?
Ooh, let's get going, Mr. Edgeworth!
We shall meet again, Dogan.
It would be a shame for our long-awaited reunion to end so soon. I'll be waiting.
Alright. Well, that was a fun voice. I had fun with that. I hope he shows up again. It'll be fun to keep on voicing. Ooh, I got to say one thing to a Twitter DM. A Twitter DM, real quick. Just listen, don't watch. Just listen. Don't watch. There's, like... It's a lot of text. So I'm reading it all. Alright, let's keep going. Now then, we still need to find that murder weapon.
Mr. Edgeworth! Mr. Edgeworth!
Oh, Kay. She went all the way up there? It's fine now, Kay. You can come down from there. Where's Mr. Shields?
Beats me. He just took off running like death was after him.
Good grief. That man.
What should we do now, Mr. Edgeworth?
We'll continue investigating. First, we should start by solving that one mystery. Probably like what killed him, right? Knightley's body was found in a workroom inside the prison. However, he was supposed to be in the detention center's holding cell. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's also a mystery. How did he get to the prison under such tight security? Let's go investigate the holding cell at the detention center.
That was where Mr. Knightley was held, right? But what about Uncle Ray?
Let's just leave him be for now.
I thought we were supposed to be his assistants, though.
Okay. Sure. That's fine. I mean, it's fine, really. The victim's cell in the detention center was this one. In the detention center was this one.
Well, let's check it out, Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh, this is just truly dreadful. Who's this gonna be? Oh, it's Roland. Oh, this is truly dreadful. That's the warden, Miss Roland. She must have come from behind that no entry sign.
So he still won't talk? Even after all the trouble you went through to get the evidence transferred from the precinct?
That's right. I don't know how many times I've tried. I can't report back empty-handed.
That assassin sure is one tough cookie, huh?
Did he just say assassin?
Oh my.
Pardon me, but were you just talking about Siron Dogan just now?
Oh, eavesdropping, were you? You naughty boy.
This is just Popo. Did you question him personally, Warden Roland? Warden Roland?
Not just him. I tried to have a heart-to-heart with all the prisoners and suspects. In my home, we're all family here. It's only fair that I invite them into my warden's office.
The warden's office?
Oh, have you taken an interest in my room as well? It's just down this hallway, but outsiders are not allowed past this point.
Down the hallway? So around there.
It's such a lovely room. People do so enjoy being invited back there.
Okay, but like, real talk, why? The warden's office is connected right to where Knightley was found, so... Okay, sure.
I always show them the splendid view of my precious courtyard.
The courtyard of the animal-filled prison. I'd sure love to see it.
I need a female voice actress in here.
Artie, are you busy?
I'm delighted that you want to see it. However, I cannot let you in.
What?
You're not a child of our home. If you want to come to my room, you'll have to be convicted first.
That's a rather high hurdle to clear.
Goodness me, look at how long we've been talking. I was just about to feed Allie her lunch.
Allie?
She's my favorite little angel. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must beat off to the courtyard to Lou.
You know, I picked that voice on a whim when I first saw her, and I am so glad that it fits perfectly. I never got a chance to ask her about Dogen. Well, let's head over to Knightley's cell. Okay, cool. March 28th, 1:43 p.m., Detention Center, holding cell. And this is the victim's cell.
When did Mr. Knightley arrive in here again?
It was after the president's welcoming ceremony on the night of March 25th. So, when and how did he move over to the prison? There might be some evidence that can answer that. Is there a secret passage through the toilet?
All right, let's get cracking, Mr. Edgeworth.
Alright, new investigation time. I forget how sometimes, like, just changing between voices over and over can lead to some strain. But it's okay, I'm doing my best to mitigate that as much as possible. So, let's look at the toilet first, because it's whatever. It's not as dirty as I thought it would be. And the toilet paper shows no sign of abuse. Looks like there are no problems with the toilet.
Yeah, there's a huge problem.
What's the problem?
It's totally awkward having the toilet out in the open like that. They need to think more about the end user.
This facility wasn't designed with the spirit of service in mind. I mean, they got a little wall. It's fine. See, look. He's okay. There's a toilet cell. All right, let's look at this desk. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. All right, well, you got this. What is this?
Mr. Edgeworth, is this a dining menu?
You can choose your daily meals in this detention center. However, unless you have the money, you won't be able to choose what you want to eat.
In the end, the world revolves around money. Doesn't this mean that the rich won't have to reflect on their crimes?
Yes, well, those who come here haven't been declared guilty yet. There are still a few good people who don't need to reflect. Probably. All our voices fit so well. Thank you, Snake. I appreciate that. It's harder than it sounds.
It sounds like you're just making excuses for them, Mr. Edgeworth.
Ugh. Why should I have to come up with excuses for the detention center? Alright. What does that say? Does that say prison life for dummies? The Great Escape in 80 Days? Oh my god. Crime and Establishment? Oh my god. Look at these books.
There are a lot of books here. What's this? The Wonderful Warden of Ours?
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you for real right now? I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate it so much.
The Hound Whistler? The Animal Shack Redemption?
Oh my god.
Mr. Knightley, he was a surprisingly good person.
No, the detention center provides these books for the visitor's own edification. These books are supposed to help you grow as a human being. Prison Life for Dummies. These books were written by model prisoners and former inmates.
Ah, here's a helpful book, The Great Escape in 80 Days, based on a true story. Oh, check this one out. Crime and Establishment, How to Make Money in Prison.
The problems with this detention center may run deeper than I thought. Oh, game. And this is probably the only important thing.
Ah, there's something on the desk.
It seems like to be some kind of memo. Let me take a closer look. Oh, this is a correspondence, Jess. This is chess notation. It was probably the victim's.
What's chess notation?
It's a memo that records the positions of the pieces on a chessboard. This is a good match. My next move would be pawn to... No, actually before that...
Mr. Edgeworth, this is no time to be playing chess.
Ah, you're right. The positions of the chess pieces recorded in this memo... I feel like I've seen something similar to somewhere else. I should take a closer look at the evidence I've collected. Alright, well, let's have a look. Is this the chessboard? Let's open it. Is there anything?
You can open it from there. Hurry up and open it.
Why are you getting so excited?
What are you saying? Doesn't everyone get excited when they're opening a box?
I think that probably applies to you only. Alright, so... Seems like...
These are chess pieces, right? I saw something similar in your office, Mr. Edgeworth. Huh? But the pieces here are black and white?
Those are the correct colors. My pieces were custom made.
Custom made? That sounds like treasure to me.
I'm back at internet for some reason. Your internet shut itself for some reason. Well, it's good you're back. Glad to have it. Alright, so there's nothing here. Okay, I thought it was that, but whatever. Where's my chestnuts? I thought... Is there not? Is it similar to this? Oh, look at that! That's kind of similar, because you got the king surrounded by the rook and the pawns. And you've got a bishop there with a rook. Yeah, that's that. Oh, interesting. I see. I could probably deduce something. Is this spot somehow connected to any of the pieces of evidence I hold? Yes, it certainly is, because it's the same as the hound piece. This chess notation. I've seen it before.
You're still thinking about chess! Focus on the investigation! Focus!
Chess is quite important to this investigation. Okay, have a look at this. Have a look at this.
Are these chess pieces from Dogen's cell? I don't know much about the rules of chess.
The rules of chess are not important here. Look at the position of the chess pieces in this memo and the chess pieces in Dogen's cell. Do you notice anything? Do you notice anything?
Ah! I don't know anything about the different chess pieces. But if you flip the board around, the positions of the chess pieces are completely the same!
Yes, although the memo doesn't include the Cerberus chess piece. The positions of the other chess pieces are identical.
What's going on here?
I always play correspondence chess.
Yes. This might be hard to believe, but Dogen's chess opponent was...
Ah! Are you saying he was playing against Mr. Knightley?
With this, we now have the evidence to link Dogen with the victim. Interesting. Very interesting. Alright, next move is bishop to g2. Next move, I go pawn to g6. Why would you go pawn g6? Oh, you're white. Okay. Well, that's fine. Alright, well that seems to be everything here, unless... I don't think there's anything else here that's really... Yeah, I think that's everything on this. Okay. Sure. Alright, let's back out of here and go somewhere else. How about this guy? Right here. The reflection in the mirror.
Ah! It's a security camera! A great...
Excuse me. Wow.
A great thief's archenemy! I guess they don't take too kindly to thieves here.
There's no reason for a detention center to be kind to thieves. Guard? I would like you to check the footage of this security camera. If you find any problems, report to me at once.
Understood, sir.
Every guard has a different voice. Alright, well, there's that. I suppose the bed's next. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Alright, so we got his jacket first. It's Horace Knightley's suit.
According to the results of my investigation...
What did you find out?
A man who looks good in a suit leaves more favorable impression with the ladies. Next time, I'll investigate men who look good in frills.
Please don't bother. Okay, well, that was a waste of time. How about this newspaper?
This newspaper. It's missing a few pages.
They appear to be torn out. Okay, cool. Why would someone tear out the pages from a newspaper?
Maybe they used it to clean the cell instead of a rag?
Clean the cell? It's quite possible. In fact, that's probably what happened down here. Something seems off?
The floor here is clean.
Yeah, Snake, I suppose we probably could. It seems strange that only the area in front of the bed has been wiped clean. Alright, well, let's logic this baby, because it's very obvious that these guys are
Logic.
The floor here is clean. It was probably wiped down with something.
Did someone spill grape juice here?
I don't know exactly what was wiped away, but I can imagine what was used to wipe it. It's very likely that it was this torn up newspaper.
Could he have asked one of the guards if he could borrow a cleaning rag?
Perhaps it was something he didn't want the guards to see. Alright, we got the wiped floor. Alright, well that was easy. So, this is what our investigation turned up. It seems we found a major connection between the victim and Dogen. This is terrible. Who says that? Oh, it's the guard.
The security camera has recorded something terrible.
What? Can you let me see it?
Of course, sir. I have a portable playback device right here.
The sexiest bleeps. Am I weird for liking Kay more than Maya? I don't think so. I think Maya has her strengths and weaknesses. I think Maya overall is better to the story, in the grand scheme of things, but that's because she had 3 games to develop that, and Kay has had a game and a case for Sumi so far. Then let me see it right away. Man, look at that animation. Oh, fuck. What? Huh. This is...
This black thing's gotta be that doggy, right?
Up until this point, I thought the murder took place inside the prison. But it appears I was mistaken. The place where Knightley was attacked was obviously the holding cell. I mean, that's pretty straightforward and clear. It was the detention center. And furthermore, he was attacked by Dogen's dog. This is the decisive evidence. This is the decisive evidence. The decisive. I hate those 2 words. Back to back. The decisive. Monitor is also one I don't like. I don't like that word either. Yes, twins are up. Fuck yes, let's go. 2-1, baby. We're 20-10. We're playing Cleveland. And you know what we say about Cleveland? Fuck Cleveland. We don't like Cleveland. If you're from Cleveland, I'm sorry to hear that, because you have a terrible baseball team. If Knightley was killed in this room, then this piece of evidence we found in the cell takes on a whole new meaning. Which piece of evidence takes on a whole new meaning if the murdered was in the holding cell? Is it this? I believe it is. No. Oh wait, no, it's the one we just found. It's the wiped floor, because that's probably where the blood was. For some reason, someone wiped the floor clean. It's possible they were wiping away blood stains. Thank you for your hard work. While I have your attention, may I ask for one more favor?
What would that be?
There should be a detective by the name of Dick Gumshoe in the detention center or the prison. I would like you to give him a message. Tell him to check this room for traces of blood and give the results to me.
Yes, sir.
Wiped floor data updated in my organizer.
This should corner that old coot.
No, not yet. We still don't know how Knightley and the dog moved from here to the prison.
That's true, but once we figure that out, where should we check out next, Mr. Edgeworth?
The guards here might know something about murder. Let's see if we can learn any new details from them. Twitch crashed on you? Need to know. Anyone else? Oops. Haha, look at me spamming my own place. I think right now I'm not getting any notifications saying that my stream has crashed. So it might be you, Snake. I'm not totally sure. yeah, I'm going to, for example, load a web page. Okay, cool. Hi. Oh, RNC, you are being silly, silly, silly. Alright. Alright, cool. Yeah, all of your Twitch broke. Okay, cool. So in that case, we can continue! This is very exciting, after Snaff is going to roast me on the fact that I'm not playing a Nuzlocke. Okay, real talk. Too much Twitch at once? It's as possible. So, real talk, I really want to do a playthrough of, like, Emerald or something down the line, but I want to do, like, a monotype run, but I also want to do Nuzlocke, and I can't decide between the two, and monotype Nuzlocke is not a thing, so we'll see. Anyway, we'll get back right into this right now. March 28th, 2:15 p.m., Detention Center hallway.
Alright, let's continue our...
Oh, it is Lang! Oh, fuck, what's he doing here?
Oh, sorry to intrude. Sorry to intrude. I'm a cool guy. Horace Knightley was like this, but I'm Lang, Detective Lang. Well, if it isn't Mr. Prosecutor and the little lady. Fancy meeting you here.
This man is Shilong Lang, an Interpol agent. About 2 weeks ago, he was in charge of investigating one of my cases. I would have thought he'd returned to his native country of Zhangfa by now. Agent Lang, what brings you here?
Just some boring work. Nothing you need to know about.
On top of a black dog, we need a black wolf! Huh? You came alone today, Agent Lang? Came alone today, Agent Lang?
Oh boy. Yeah, with my nose. Usually, he'd have a huge police force with him, and an assistant, but that's a different story.
Mr. Prosecutor, seems you've been busy these past few days.
These past few days? Is he referring to the incident with the Zhangfa president? I would have thought you'd be involved in his security too.
Ha! Our president doesn't even trust his own country's police force. Look at the results of hiring a private security company. It's laughable.
Agent Lang doesn't trust prosecutors or the courts. That's why he brings along a large force of capable policemen to thoroughly investigate the crime scene. Yes, if you and your subordinates had been there, the results might have been different.
My subordinates, huh? They're no longer with me. They're no longer with me.
Not with you?
Funny, looks like I'm a real lone wolf now.
Agent Lang, just what happened exactly?
Didn't I tell you? It's nothing you need to know about. Well, be seeing you, prosecutor. Fuck. Well, be seeing you, Mr. Prosecutor.
Mr. Lang, I wonder what happened.
Yes, it troubles me too, but there's nothing we can do about it for now. Okay, let us continue with our investigation.
Got it. First, let's ask those guards a few questions.
Okay, hello, Mr. Guard. You there, have you seen a black dog around here?
Of course not. If I had actually seen it, I wouldn't be standing here around so carefree. Did something happen with that doggy?
Okay, let's not press this matter any further. So Dogen's dog didn't come by the detention center. Alright, how about you? This is a difficult case. What's wrong? Is something troubling you?
Sir, one of my uniforms has gone missing. But I'm certain I placed it in this locker.
Maybe the uniform grew legs and walked off somewhere?
What kind of logic is that?
In any case, I wish you the best in your search. I'll be rooting for you.
Yes, thank you so much for your support.
Alright, someone stole a uniform. Good enough.
Oh, there you are.
Oh, it's Ray. Cool. Mr. Shields, where did you go?
Where indeed? I've been searching for you guys this whole time. Walking all around the prison is hard work, you know.
That's strange, seeing as you came from the opposite direction.
I've got some new information. You want to hear it? Do ya?
He sure changed the subject quickly.
I heard a little something from the guards. It seems Knightley caused a bit of an incident 2 days ago.
An incident?
You know how Simon said he came to visit Knightley, right? After the visit, when Knightley returned to his cell, naturally, a guard escorted Knightley back to his cell. While the guard was unlocking his handcuffs, all of a sudden, Knightley struck the guard and knocked him out. It seems he was going to attempt a jailbreak. By the time the other guards arrived, the key to his cell had disappeared.
But there's no reports of Knightley's jailbreak attempt 2 days ago.
Exactly. It's strange, isn't it? Right up until his death, he was still in his cell. What's more, Knightley claimed he never stole the keys in the first place. In fact, they searched his cell and the key was nowhere to be found.
Did that guard who was struck have anything to say?
No one knows. He was taken to the hospital while he was still unconscious. He's still there now, it seems.
So, in the end, we still don't know what happened. Alright, cool. That's fine. It's you! That voice. Oh, fuck these guys. This is where I wish I had a freaking medium-high registered male voice. What are you still doing hanging around here?
Well, you see, this is my assistant.
Are you to object our investigation and make me into a laughingstock? Make me into a laughingstock? Sebastian, I believe obstruct is the word you're looking for.
In a way, I think his expression was apt.
A pleasure meeting you again, Judge Courtney. I am...
I know. You are Simon Keyes' defense attorney, are you not?
Well then, let's skip the formalities and celebrate our happy reunion with a hug. Or maybe not. Or maybe not. Or maybe not. Okay.
Incidentally, I heard you mention an assistant a moment ago. Yeah, we're assistants at the Edgeworth Lawn offices. Prosecutors are civil servants. To open a side business is to betray the goddess of law.
As long as profit is not our objective, there shouldn't be a problem, right?
Yeah, that's it. Miles here is a volunteer worker. The purpose of my office isn't to make money. We're pro bono.
Jesus Christ.
What a wonderful heart you have, defending others without demanding payment.
I do have an amazing charitable heart.
More importantly, I'd like you to explain your reasons for arresting Simon Keyes.
There's no need to. Is that a challenge against me?
No, I was speaking with Judge Courtney.
I guess it can't be helped. If you want to take on the best, then you will fall like the rest.
I do not have a set voice for this guy, and it's driving me up the wall. I haven't said anything yet, but this is convenient. Then I will hear you out. What were your reasons for arresting Mr. Keyes?
I see no need to inform you. Sebastian, let us... Just watch, Justine. Watch as I run around in circles against this useless prosecutor.
I think you mean run circles around me.
That's a good one.
that's actually really good. I like that. That's clever. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Prepare yourself, Mr. Edgeworth. So, you want to go over here? So, you want to know my reasons for arresting that man? That man? The answer is simple. Yes, we found traces of that guy over there. How's that? Perfectly.
This fucking dude. Who does he mean by that guy? What the hell is this fucking kid? I almost wish he did it.
How's that? Perfectly simple, perfectly decisive. Right? Of course, I was the first to notice it because I'm the best.
How am I supposed to go about pressing that?
How's that? Got nothing to say? speechless in my presence.
This guy sure talks a lot. So, you're the one who arrested Mr. Keys, I take it? Mr. DeBest, do you have the right to do such a thing?
Well, obviously, it was the police who carried out the arrest. But since it was under my direction, shouldn't it also count as my arrest?
As I expected, it'll be difficult to deal with both of them at the same time. However, her silence is troubling me. Just what is she thinking? Alright, well, this dude is a fucker. He has this fucking sound music playing. We're not meant to take him seriously at all.
So, you want to know my reasons for arresting that man?
Yeah, I do.
The answer is simple. Yes, we found traces of that guy over there.
Who is that guy? That guy over there? That's certainly vague.
Well, don't they say, the best hears one thing and understands 10?
You're just being lazy. You're just being lazy. Explain it more clearly.
Sebastian, if it's all right with you, would you please explain it to them in more detail? I'm sure everyone wants to hear what you have to say. All right, if you insist, Justine. We discovered that. Perhaps you didn't know, but the victim carried a chessboard with him. From it, we found that that suspect guy's, Simon Keys' fingerprints. Well done, Sebastian. I bless you on behalf of the goddess of law. Please amend your testimony. Are you all right with that, Prosecutor Edgeworth?
Yes.
The victim carried a chessboard. From it, we found Simon Keys' fingerprints.
Yeah. He gave it to him. Fingerprints found on the chessboard. Is that the ace up your sleeve?
Ace in my sleeve? Oh, ace up my sleeve. Ace up my sleeve? Yes, the methods I use are the best. This ace is my trump card.
Well then, allow me to show you that it is not, in fact, a trump card at all. Simon Keys was the one who sent this chessboard to the victim in the first place. So, it's only natural that some of his prints would be left on it. That took way too long. These fingerprints are hardly decisive evidence. Perhaps your arrest was a little too rash?
Rash?
To begin with, this incident occurred in the detention center in the prison. To suspect Simon just because he isn't a prisoner or a guard is a little unreasonable.
Ah!
What? What's with him all of a sudden?
I finally get what you're trying to say. Rash, you mean like we were too quick to arrest the guy, right?
He's fucking kidding me, dude? He was stuck on that?
Sure, I was the first to lay eyes on him. And I was the first to notice the evidence. That was even faster. But I am not rash. Sure, Simon Keys isn't a guard or a prisoner, but... Sebastian.
Judge Courtney?
What are you doing, Justine? Don't butt in like that! Pardon me, Sebastian. Yes, your words on the suspect are very interesting. However, shouldn't you get to the best part first? The best part? Why don't you tell them about your wonderful reasoning regarding the murder weapon? Good one, Justine. Nice suggestion. Mr. Edgeworth, listen to my first-rate reasoning.
Will this reasoning explain why you arrested Mr. Keys?
I'm sure it will meet your expectations. Your expectations?
Judge Courtney just changed the flow of conversation. Just what is she planning? Okay, murder weapon's location.
It's obvious that the murder weapon was a sharp metal object. However, the prison maintains strict control over potentially lethal items. So, that's why I've reasoned that the murder weapon was brought in from the outside. Yes, it was hidden inside that chessboard. And since only the victim and the suspect's fingerprints were found on the chessboard, isn't it obvious who brought and used the murder weapon?
At least it's clearer than his last testimony.
It's the best reasoning you can get from the prosecutor, the best. How do you like that?
Now he's mixing up the best with his own name.
But could someone really hide a weapon inside a gift sent to a prisoner? You'll find a good place if you examine the inside of the chessboard.
Inside the chessboard? Is there a place to hide a weapon? Alright, well, let's open it up. I already opened it before, but as I thought, there are only chess pieces inside.
Wow, what an annoying laugh.
Inside the chessboard, huh? Perhaps I should examine it a little bit further? What? This is... Oh, okay. I was just gonna be like, it could hide in the space between the pieces in that top spot, but actually this is better. The top panel is removable.
It's quite deep.
Yes, there's more than enough room to hide a small knife.
Understand now? This is how the culprit smuggled in the... What's with the... I wasn't even finished!
Mr. DeBest, there is something you have forgotten. There's a gate at the entrance to the detention center.
Well, there is, but...
He means the security gates.
With the metal detector, Sebastian. We had to pass through the same check when we entered the prison, remember? Yeah, that's it! I remember now!
It looks like he completely forgot. It would be impossible to smuggle a sharp metal object through the detention center. Therefore, your reasoning never held even from the very beginning. Uh-oh.
That gate is only used on people. In other words, packages sent to the detention center undergo a simpler check.
So they don't use a metal detector for that?
This never should have happened. It seems the guards were too careless.
Okay, cool, good to know.
Good to know. How do we already have 3 pages of evidence? What the shit? Right, Justine. Thanks for the assist. You're welcome. You're welcome. Now then, Prosecutor Edgeworth, your cross-examination, if you please.
Cross-examination? It's as if we're in the courtroom. We were in the courtroom. Very well, his reasoning. Let's see how long it will hold up under pressure. Murder weapon's location.
It's obvious the murder weapon was a sharp metal object.
I mean, yeah. A sharp metal object. Do you have proof of that?
Didn't you see the victim's wound, worthless prosecutor? The fatal blow was a stab to the throat. And a knife perfectly matches up with that. There can be no other explanation.
It seems they don't know about that piece of information yet.
Nothing to say. Speechless, aren't you, Mr. Edgeworth? Right, next, there's plenty more to my reasoning. However, the prison maintains strict control over potentially lethal items.
Even with the strict control, there were still some items that could be used, right?
Well, yeah, like grooming scissors. Of course there's more to this, right, Sebastian? Exactly! At the time of the incident, only one was being borrowed. However, there was no reaction when we tested it for blood.
Those would be the scissors Mr. Sott was practicing with.
So the inside of the prison was completely clear of sharp implements.
Implements? Implements.
So, that's why I've reasoned that the murder weapon was brought in from the outside.
Can you be more specific about where it came from?
Of course I can! It didn't come from inside the prison!
Is he trying to sound smart?
Simon Keyes brought it in. That's what we mean. Mr. Edgeworth, can't you even figure that much out?
Yeah, that's the word.
I'm disappointed in you.
And you've disappointed me from the start.
So, Simon brought the murder weapon. But how, you ask? Yes! It was hidden inside that chessboard.
No weapon was found at the crime scene, not even inside the chessboard. So where did the murder weapon end up disappear to? I'd like to hear your answer to that.
That's, well, after the crime, the culprit must have hidden it somewhere in the prison.
Is there a problem with that statement DeBest just made? Well, yeah, of course there is. The murder weapon is hidden in the prison? I don't think so. It's clear from this piece of evidence. What shows that the murder weapon can't be inside the prison? Let's think, what would it be? Prison investigation. I mean, what, is it this? Is it the report that he did? It fucking is. This dude is fucking just a joke. This man's a joke. You hear me? Have you completely forgotten your own actions? Your own actions? You, along with Warden Roland, conducted a search of the prison. But you did not find the murder weapon, right?
Ah! We must have overlooked something. This guy just completely contradicted himself.
You carried out such a sloppy investigation? I'm amazed that you call yourself the best.
Are you mocking me?
Sebastian. Please calm yourself. Don't get caught up in the opponent's pace.
I'm fine, Justine. Did you really think the best prosecutor would be shaken by someone miles behind him?
I wish he'd stop messing around with other people's names.
Oh, in that case, Kay Faraday is fair ahead.
Kay, don't get caught up in this too. Don't you get caught up in this too.
Yes, if my best investigation didn't find anything, then there must not have been a single weapon in the prison. In that case, there's only one possibility. The criminal must have taken the murder weapon with him when he left the prison. So it's only natural we didn't find it in there. Yeah.
There was no way the culprit could have brought the weapon out of the prison. And this piece of evidence should show why. I don't know. Well, it's the security gate, right? Like, he literally just, like, right? Have you completely forgotten your own testimony?
That's twice you've insulted me!
Oh, it seems you remember what I said earlier. But you'd do well to remember further than that.
What is that? This guy, he really doesn't remember anything?
It seems that way. The detention center and prison are equipped with security gates. Anyone leaving must pass through these gates. Gates equipped with metal detectors.
That's what you... looks like he remembers now.
Yes, there's no way someone could have brought the murder weapon through those gates. And so the criminal could not have taken it out of the prison either.
So then, Prosecutor Edgeworth, do you know where this murder weapon went to?
Perhaps the weapon is still inside the prison?
But we couldn't find it anywhere inside the... We couldn't find it anywhere in the prison!
He's turned into Simon Keys right there. The reason you didn't find it is because you believed it to be a sharp metal object.
We saw the very moment when Mr. Knightley was attacked, after all. If you can say that much, then perhaps you could enlighten us. What would you say is the murder weapon in this case?
From this piece of evidence, the murder weapon is the case becomes obvious. I mean, like, it's the dog, but I think we have to present the security footage because that's where it is. Here is the footage. Here is footage from a security camera. It shows one of the cells in the detention center. See it with your own eyes.
What? This... It can't be!
This tape clearly shows the moment the victim was attacked by a black dog. I believe this is sufficient proof, wouldn't you say? Indeed, this is vital evidence. Horace Knightley was killed in the detention center by that dog. After that, the body was moved to the prison workroom. Our witness claims to have seen a dog in the workroom when the body was found. Of course, a dog couldn't have planned this crime on its own. However, there is still someone who could have. That's enough, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Judge Courtney. It's true that this camera footage is vital evidence. However, there is still something else you must prove. Actually, you've already noticed it, haven't you? It's just as she says. There's still a huge flaw in my reasoning. If that black dog is the prisoner's pet, how is it able to move between the detention center and the prison?
Ah! What'll we do, Mr. Edgeworth? What'll we do, Mr. Edgeworth?
I still don't know how the dog managed to move from one place to the other.
I knew it. What? You're one to talk. You don't know either.
If you do not solve this mystery, I am afraid I cannot accept your logic. If this was a real courtroom, I would call for a recess now. Wait, I'm not finished yet. Court has been adjourned. Leave at once. This isn't a courtroom. Well then, as I said, court is adjourned. I can't prove my argument, but isn't it the same case with Mr. Keyes? Whatever do you mean? Just as I don't know how the dog entered the detention center, you also don't know how Simon Keyes entered the detention center and prison. Although he came to visit the victim, he was an outsider to the prison. Don't you think it would be difficult for him to commit a crime inside the prison? Judge Courtney, now the burden of proof lies with you. Show us evidence that Simon Keyes entered the prison. Haha, you want me to present evidence? I'm happy to oblige. What? Does she really have evidence? If it's about time I told you. Now that I know the basis of your reasoning, Prosecutor Edgeworth. What is she thinking? It seems you don't even know Simon Keyes' real occupation. He is a circus performer. Circus performer? Yes. Have you ever heard of the Very Big Circus? Circus? Ah!
But of course, yesterday was a day that I wouldn't have missed for the world.
Wouldn't have missed for the world? Did you have some kind of important meeting?
Oh, heavens no! I despise meetings. It was the animal show, of course.
It seems you've realized. On the day of the incident, an animal show was being performed at the prison. And the show was put on by the Very Big Circus.
So then, do you mean Simon is...
Simon Keyes entered the prison as a staff member of the animal show. That we know for a fact.
No! This woman! She's been concealing this fact the whole time! She only planned to reveal it after hearing my reasoning! Come to think of it.
What are you doing, Justine? Don't butt in like that!
Pardon me, Sebastian. Yes, your words on the suspect are very interesting. However, shouldn't you get to the best part first? Mr. DeBest was going to say it then, but she stopped him!
How do you like that, worthless prosecutor?
You didn't do anything. You didn't do anything.
Well then, now it really is time for a recess. I'll end with some advice. I already doubted your abilities as a prosecutor, which is why I relieved you of your authority. You best not forget that.
What are you trying to say?
The PIC can still take away your badge. If you value your badge, I'd advise you to not show your face before me again.
Is that a threat?
The goddess of law is merciful. But that doesn't mean you can get away with everything. And one more thing. I must digress. I suggest you stop with this defense attorney act.
That's none of your concern. I don't intend to abandon a case I am involved in so easily.
For defense attorneys, a relationship of mutual trust with their client is vital. It is very difficult from the way of a prosecutor, very different from the way of a prosecutor. In any case, you didn't even know about your client's occupation.
Yeah!
Well then, I must be going. May the blessings of the goddess of the law be upon you.
Me too, Sin. Me too. Like, her hair is, like, square jagged? Like, what a fringe!
Did Simon lie to us?
It seems he lied to Uncle Ray, too. This complicates matters. Why'd he do that? Hey, Miles! Don't tell me you've got cold feet already. Courtney Pie is just a handful. But giving up is uncool. A defense attorney's creed is to never give up. Remember, you're my assistant.
Of course, I don't plan on giving up either.
It's just my theory that he couldn't enter the prison no longer holds. It looks like we'll have to investigate once more.
Alright, cool! We're like an hour and 15 minutes in. It's a perfect time to save the game and allow me to get more water, because holy fuck, I'm out of water. So, with that in mind, I will be right back as we yeah. I want to get, okay, so there's that music playing right now. I'll read this and then I'll go away. March 28th, 3:02 p.m., Detention Center, Visitors Room. Yeah. Alright, but for real, be right back. Stick around, we'll be back after the break.
And we're back. I appreciate you all waiting for me. I have returned. Ace Attorney Investigations' Miles Edgeworth Prosecutor's Path is brought to you by my basement. It's pretty affordable right now, and I don't really have any other sponsors. If you'd like to become a sponsor, then maybe harass me enough to set up a Patreon. Or you can donate at the link, and that's like always there. Ace Attorney Investigations' Miles Edgeworth Prosecutor's Path. It will be back now. Alright, so let's do this. So, hope I didn't miss much. Hope everything's going well. Yeah. Spike Spiegel. When did Spike Spiegel join the fray? I don't know. I guess we'll, well, we get to do, Simon Keys again. He's always fun, right? He's like... Alright. Why did you not mention before it? Why did you not mention that beforehand?
No! But I did! What didn't I mention?
Hello, Wolf. Yeah, I actually... So, the thing about that is, I actually did have to set it to, 8 mature audiences because, I swear a lot. And, like, if I say fuck, that's not child-friendly. So, I figure better safe than sorry for the sake of, you know, doing that. All things considered, it's probably safer than not. And plus, I'm playing a game about murder, so, you know, for what it's worth... Uh-oh. Rant tangent time. You know, for what it's worth, fandoms like Danganronpa, we're like, you know, I get it. They're high school students in the game. But, like, I don't know, man. Being 13 and idolizing murderers, being like, oh my god, they're my favorite killer. It's a little sus, not gonna lie. But anyway, that's for another day.
No, but I did. What didn't I mention? That you're a member of a very big circus. No, it's just that, you know, I'm not. I can't call myself a member yet. I'm just a new recruit.
Regardless, that still makes you a member. Oh, Jesus Christ.
So, why didn't you tell us that before? If I had told you I was part of the circus, it would have made me look suspicious, right? Since I knew Knightley and all that, I didn't think anyone would believe what I had to say. Not even you guys, Kay.
Didn't we promise to believe in you?
But, Mr. Edgeworth, you're just kind of scary.
Man, you're just terrible at getting info from people, aren't you, Miles? That's none of your concern. Looks like we need to have a talk with him again.
So, what did you do in the circus, Simon? I guess you could say I'm a wild animal tamer. I'm still just an apprentice, though. Wow, that's incredible! So you command lions and tigers to do your bidding, right? No, nothing crazy like that! No, wait!
Alright, yeah. You know, Cheese, you gotta ask your parents. Voltage's stream is brought... Fucking... Get your parents' permission to go watch Voltage's stream online every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Central. 8 p.m. East, 7 Central. Only on Voltage Twitch.tv. No, the Twins are losing. Oh, no.
Nothing crazy like that. No, wait. My partner is this...
It's Money the fucking monkey. That's awesome.
My partner is this little guy right here.
Monkey. Yeah. No, it's not PBS Kids. No, this is Monkey. Guys, it's only Tuesday. It's not Funky Monkey Friday yet. It's not even like wacky, what's a W monkey? It's, there's no monkeys that start with T. Monkey. This is my favorite little bit. His name is Simon Keys. He's like based... His name sounds like Shy Monkeys. Tamarind. It's Tamarind Tuesdays. It's Tamarind Tuesday. Alright, gang, it's Tamarind Tuesday. And that makes you a wild animal tamer?
He's more like an organ grinder than a wild animal tamer.
Oh, look, it's a monkey! Hey, monkey, cut that out! He can be quite a handful sometimes.
Yeah? Monkey. It's a monkey. I thought organ grinders controlled their monkeys, not the other way around. It's literally Ratatouille monkey version. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is what we call funky monkey mode. Okay. At the Berry Big Circus, they got funky monkeys. Yesterday, you told us you were just a regular employee, correct?
Everest, even if I'm a member of the circus, I'm still legally an employee. We're just like any regular company. The ringleader is the boss, and I'm just a grunt. Even I have a supervisor. She's the head of the wild animal tamer division. No matter what kind of fierce creature, they all immediately follow her every command.
Is Regina in this case?
She might even be able to get a handle on Miles here.
I am not a wild animal. Did you and your supervisor take part in the animal show here at the prison?
Yeah, it was just us two. It was only a small operation this time around. Basically, my supervisor takes center stage and I take care of all the dirty work. Well, I did have a tiny part in the performance.
So there are only 2 members of the circus that are related to this case. Alright, tell me about your movements, buddy. So, can you tell me about your movements around the prison?
Okay, I went to meet Knightley 2 days ago around noon.
And that's when you gave him the chessboard?
That's right. And then that night, I started setting up the stage in the courtyard. It was pretty tough going back and forth, moving all the crates by myself. I left everything in workroom A, I think. Just temporary storage.
Workroom A? That's where the body was discovered.
Didn't your supervisor help you at all?
No way! I can't let her do anything like that. That's my job.
After I got everything ready, we started rehearsing. When we left, it was almost midnight. The show is set to start at 8 a.m. the next day and go until 10 a.m.
The only one who went in and out of where the body was found is Mr. Keys. And then the body was found just before the show ended. Alright. See, this is why Justine Courtney is actually the real person and Sebastian the Best is a fucking dumb shit. Do you happen to know why you were arrested?
It's weird how it happened so fast. I don't think that DePest guy would have just have you arrested on a whim.
I wouldn't put it past him, though.
Well, maybe it's because of that. When I was moving the crates, I decided to go check up on him. You know, nightly.
You went directly into the detention block? Did you have permission?
No, I had to sneak in. It wasn't a formal visit or anything.
Didn't you already see him 2 days ago? Why would you go back and do such a thing?
Well, we're the only friends either of us had since childhood. He was the same as me. We never really had families. I just wanted to talk to him for a bit, so I went to see him.
You didn't have a family?
When I was younger, I lost my only family member I had. My father.
So, is that it? I know all too well how it feels to lose your father at a young age.
So you're the same as Mr. Edgeworth and me. And me?
So it was just the 2 of you talking at that time?
Yes. All the other cells were empty and there weren't any other guards nearby either.
But then you got and found out, and that's why they suspected you.
What? What? Did I do something really bad?
Something must have happened while Mr. Keys and Mr. Knightley were alone. That's probably the best logic. It seems we'll need to talk with your supervisor as well.
She should be here today too. Probably in the courtyard. Oh, I'm sorry it turned out like this, boss. Simon!
Excuse me.
Simon, if there's anything we can do to help, just tell us. What? What? But I can't do anything in return. Don't you worry about that. We're your allies. That's because we're birds of a feather, right, Mr. Edgeworth?
Birds of a feather, huh? I suppose that's true. We have sufficient information about your past. I doubt you had a motive to kill Knightley. Rather, you are probably the most affected by his death. And I doubt someone as timid as you could work up the courage to murder someone. Ah, Slim J, thanks for the follow. Really appreciate it. We are literally one follow away from 50 followers, so this is very close. We're almost there. Very excited about that. All right, I'll get you out of here. We'll believe in you. Well, what do we have here? Starting to get the hang of the whole defense attorney gig. Starting to get the hang of the whole defense attorney gig. You sounded a bit like your old man just now. Me sound like my father? He would say, the defense attorney's job is to be an ally to the deserted. If you're gonna ride that stallion into the sunrise, wait for me, I want in too. Mr. Shields, I think you meant sunset. Thought I followed last time I was here, but I'm following for sure now. Ah, well, thanks for showing up again. Glad you're back and returning. I really appreciate it. Yeah, of course. Yeah, it was just a joke. Want some candy?
No, thank you. I don't like sweets.
Yeah. Oh, really? What a shame.
What's wrong with the sunrise? The legendary Yatagarasu is all about the sun. Well, since the sunlight always exposes the truth.
Good grief. For now, let's just head to the prison courtyard and see what we can find there. Oh, I need to check one thing real quickly. On the phone. A telephone. Sorry, gang, this is gonna take just a moment, because I forgot to do one thing.
Ha! The shutter's open!
Oh, that's cool. Alright, I need... Yes, it looks like that way leads to the courtyard. Alright, give me 1 minute. I have to respond to a text that I just got from a supervisor. He's saying don't breathe. He's not saying that. Don't worry, we're good. Oh shit, did I move the alert box into the proper place? It is... Okay, good. We're good, we're good, we're good. We're good. And I gotta go to here. And I need to add. And I need to go to work. I apologize, this is something kind of pressing, so give me 1 second. Almost done. Alrighty, cool. Alright, sorry about that. Let's keep going. Yes, it looks like that way leads to the courtyard.
So what are we waiting for? Come on, let's get a move on.
She's certainly in high spirits. March 28th, 3:37 p.m. Prison Courtyard. Seems like I'm dropping some frames here. So, just as a heads up, I'm going to try one thing real quick. So, this is the courtyard. I'm dropping a lot of frames all of a sudden. We're just gonna make sure that nothing is, seem to be getting a lot of dropped frames very, very quickly all in a row. And I want to make sure that, that's not happening, so And I want to make sure that there's nothing too bad because it's, oh my god, dropping a lot of frames. Let me just check two things real quickly. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's getting better. A little bit. Let me just close one more thing. Let me see if that does anything. Alright, we should be good now. Alright, just had to ride that one out for a bit, it seems like. But I think we are good to go once again. Hopefully. And if not, you all can tell me. I don't mind. Haha. Alright, let's keep going here. So, this is the courtyard. Just before the body was discovered, the animal show was held here.
It looks just like a carnival. Man, I bet it was lots of fun.
The prisoners were gathered here when the body was found, so that means whoever saw the show has an alibi. We should start by checking the area for... Okay!
Cut it out, you! Help me, Mr. Edgeworth!
You there! Stop right this instant!
Ow! Someone, anyone help!
Down! Oh, fuck. How do I... It's obviously Regina. I can't do a Regina voice. I already have a high-pitched voice for, like, everyone else. Ugh.
Down, Astastique! Down! Perfect! Who are...
There we go. Here it is. You're getting fucking cursed-ass voice for Regina, and I don't care.
Looks like you found a new playmate! Good for you, Astique! It wasn't playing around. It was about to eat me. Huh? No way. That's impossible. This child doesn't bite often.
Often, huh?
You should normally never get to play with an elephant up close. Isn't it wonderful? No, it's not. It's wonderful, right?
It was simply marvelous, little lady. Mr. Shields.
Really? Oh, that makes me so happy.
So, how about a hug? As thanks. Hey, watch where you swing that thing. Weren't you taught not to hit people with your trunk?
It looks like Astique is friends with everyone.
I am an assistant of this defense attorney. My name is Miles Edgeworth.
I haven't introduced myself yet. I'm Regina Berry. Nice to meet you. I'm the great thief and defense attorney's assistant, Kay Faraday.
I need a girl here. That's a rather complicated job title.
And the one playing with Mr. Elephant is the defense attorney, Mr. Ray Shields. It's not Mr. Elephant, it's Astique, the fantastic Asian elephant. You're incredible, Regina. You made Astique stop right away. Well, I'm a wild animal tamer after all. Really?
I can't do this. It's so hard.
Really? Then you must be Simon's supervisor. Yup! I'm the head of the Berry Big Circus Wild Animal Tamer Division. The one and only Regina Berry.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Ace Attorney Ray Shields. It looks like he's the one she has the handle on.
Yes, she's perfect.
What are you mumbling about, Kay?
Look at her. She's energetic and fun-loving and healthy. She could be the new member of the Yatagarasu. She'd be perfect for as a great thief.
A great feast? That sounds like fun! We can make a huge ruckus with the animals!
You can't just make a ruckus. A great thief is supposed to be quiet and sneaky-like.
But the show needs to have flash! Being quiet is, kind of boring.
I guess she's not very thief-like after all.
Oh, it seems there has been a breakdown in negotiations.
All right, let's get started, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's check out anything that looks suspicious.
Why do we have to do this right now? Why? This is awful. This is fucking, oh man. Jesus Christ. Why is Regina also doing this?
We'll even look through the barbed wire if we have to.
Yes, we need to gather more information about the case. We should also try talking with anyone connected to the case. Which means we're going to have to talk to Regina Berry. Okay, Regina. Regina Berry, head of the Wild Animal Tamer Division. Are you Mr. Key's supervisor?
That's right! Berry Big Circus was created by my daddy! But Daddy died in a murder incident.
Your dad is...
Why is everyone's dad fucking dead?
But after that, our current ringmaster made the circus even bigger. The ringmaster is Daddy's close friend. He's like a funny uncle.
Wow, a funny uncle. That's great, Regina.
Yup! Uncle Mo established the Wild Animal Tamer Magic and Ventriloquism divisions.
Ha, I get it, because that's where all the other ones were. No acrobatics, though. I wonder why.
Only the Wild Animal Tamer and Ventriloquist divisions have subordinates, though. Berry Big Circus is going to become even more fabulous!
Yes, that sounds amazing.
The way these two are carrying on. I'd hate to put a damper on things. Well, I would not. This is so hard. Could you tell us about the animal show?
It's an amazing show! It has a storyline and everything! What's more, it's a love story. Does that sound wonderful?
Very nice. Are you the heroine, Regina Pie?
Nope! The heroine of the show is Mystique, and her partner is Regent the Tiger. It's all about the forbidden love between an elephant and a tiger.
Elephant and tiger? Forbidden love?
That's right! It's what they call a love triangle. Isn't it romantic?
It sounds amazing. Right, Mr. Edgeworth?
Heroine. Mystique is a female elephant? Since it's a love triangle, shouldn't there be one more animal involved?
Yup! My third animal. He's the one who interferes in the love between Mystique and Regent.
Mr. Edgeworth, what do you think it is?
Well, since it's a circus, perhaps a lion?
I think a crow would be nice.
The third animal is a naughty little monkey.
Monkey. The scale suddenly got smaller.
Muddy the monkey.
Nope! The one who plays the role of the monkey is Simon! Money's a little too small. He's like a villain who tries to break up the love between Mystique and Regent. How will Mystique and Regent control their own destiny? Isn't it wonderful?
I guess.
I thought Mr. Keys just did all the grunt work.
Wouldn't you feel sorry for Simon if he didn't get to perform on stage?
One more. Could you tell me about the preparations for the show?
Simon handled everything, so I don't know much about it. Simon insisted on it. He wanted me to focus on the show. I saw Simon doing something near the well, though.
The well? If I recall, it was behind the stage. I'd better go take a look at it later.
He even moved this giant cage all by himself. Simon is such a nice guy.
That sounds like something Simon would do.
While crying profusely.
During the preparations, Simon went back and forth between the workroom and the courtyard. We were using the workroom as to store our equipment. Only Simon entered that room, so I don't know anything about it.
The workroom. Was it the one where we found the dead body? So, Simon was the only one who entered workroom A?
Man, the bad news just keeps on coming.
Mr. Lawyer, please promise you'll help me. Please promise me you'll help Simon.
Don't worry. Despite his looks, Mr. Edgeworth is really amazing.
Despite my looks? And just what is wrong with the way I look? Okay. Well, there's a pool. Well, let's go look at this well that is behind the stage. If I can. Is it? Oh, it's there. Oh, hello, Frank.
Ah, Mr. Attorney, how are we doing today?
We're doing... Hey, we just met you a few moments ago.
Please do forgive me. Ever since I've come here, I've been working on refining my speech.
That's not the only thing he needs refining.
Right now, I'm helping out with some cleanup after the show. Ah, but if there's anything you need, please let me know. You'll have my full cooperation.
Ugh.
I'm in the middle of volunteer work right now. As you can see, I am a model prisoner. I have been reborn inside this prison.
Reborn as a thief.
That was... the devil made me do it.
How can you blame the devil? You're a disgrace to thieves.
I have nothing to say. I still have much to learn.
As a thief?
But as you can see, I've exchanged my bracelet for a working one. I will continue to devote myself to being a model prisoner.
Again, with the model prisoner. Give it a rest already. Pet grooming.
I'm training to pay my debt to society once I become eligible for parole.
So you were training instead of watching the animal show?
So there were only two people who did not watch the show. Sahit and Dogan. Why didn't you say anything about Dogan earlier?
Well, if you asked any inmate in this prison, they'd all think twice before telling you. That person is like the ruler of this place.
Excuse me.
Around here, we call him the supplier.
The supplier?
If you ask him nicely, he can provide you with anything you want.
What? Is that allowed?
Normally, it's not allowed, but with him, it's another story. He supposedly has a secret route to procure these goods.
As the supplier, Dogan would be in a position of power.
However, I've put all that behind me. All I care about now is applying mud packs to the animals.
Mud packs?
I coat animals' fur with mineral-rich mud packs to give it a beautiful shine. To help with my training, I give them all the animals to the prison. Each and every one of them.
Mud, huh? It could be related to that piece of evidence. I should present it to him. Which piece of evidence? Maybe his glove? Covered in blood and mud.
That's the rubber glove I dropped.
Where did the mud on this glove come from?
Ah, that's mud from my mud packs. At the time, I was practicing applying my mud packs.
Could you please tell me when this took place? Could you tell me when this took place on the day of the incident?
Since the animal show had started, I'd say it was around 9 a.m. The mud packs turned the animals' bodies pitch black, and my heart was pure white. I was totally engrossed with covering the animals in mud.
Prison life must be taxing on his stress levels. Okay.
Thanks to the warden's policies, I can undergo job training here. I owe her a debt of gratitude.
Alright, well, you're boring. Is there anything else Regina has to say? Okay. Wee. Let's go look at the well.
The well, what's at the well?
This crude-looking well seems handcrafted. Was it built by the inmates? Huh, man. Digging downward by inmates.
There are a bunch of tools laying around the well. A long piece of rope, a heavy-looking weight, and a heavy-looking weight. It weighs 33 pounds. It says so right there. There's even a couple of pulleys.
Okay, please stop touching the other people's things.
Stingy pants, I'm just checking stuff out. It's not like I'm going to take them home with me.
Still, these tools. What are they used for? Okay, there's that all. Okay. There's nothing I can investigate here? Alright, I guess not. Alright, let's go up and check out the stage. This is the stage where they put on the animal show.
If I put on a green thief show, I wonder if anyone would come.
I'm pretty sure the police would show up. Frankie Boo, Franco. How about you, Ray? You got anything cool to say? It's a wicker crate. No, there are tires attached to it, so I guess it's a cart.
It kind of smells like animals.
They probably use this instead of a hand trolley at the circus.
Just once, I'd like to ride in one of these bad boys down a hill. But maybe one of those office chairs with the wheels. Doesn't that sound like fun?
What is she talking about? Ray, what do you have to say? What's the matter? Did I miss something with Regina? Can I present something to Regina? I can't present a profile. How about I present a black...
Wow, what a cute doggy.
Cute doggy?
Yup. But this child will play nice with others. From the look in his eyes, he only opens his heart to his master. I'm certain he's a good doggy, though.
Oh, you can tell that much just by looking at a picture?
Of course! I'm a head animal tamer after all. Mr. Edgeworth has the same eyes as that doggy.
What? My heart isn't closed off? Alright, Alright, well, whatever. What else is there to see? There's barbed wire.
Danger! High voltage!
High voltage? Hey, look, that's me.
On the other side, you can see what appears to be the detention center's garden.
It's just as Warden Roland said. You can see the garden from her office.
If it weren't for this barbed wire, we could take a look at the other garden on the other side.
That is Warden Roland's pride's garden. I doubt she'd let us in so easily.
Oh my!
I assume that's Warden. Oh, yep. Man, lucky guess or fucking what?
There you are, Regina, darling.
Miss Rowland.
I was looking all over for you. I wanted to have a little chat with you.
Alright, well, let's talk to fucking Roland. The prison. Could you tell me a little bit about this prison?
Currently, this place is my pride and joy, which I like to call our home. When I first came here, this prison was in terrible state.
Terrible state? You mean the prisoners' attitudes?
There are no bad children in my family. It was the environment that was terrible. That's why, after giving it a lot of thought, I enlisted the help of the animals.
Being together with animals will often soften up even the most hardened criminals.
Right now, everyone has returned to their most honest self. Just take a look at Frankie. He's a model prisoner.
A model prisoner who is trying to steal from a dead body.
There are lots of model prisoners here, but Frankie is number one. He's proactive with his job training and helps out with the chores.
Don't the other model prisoners do training and chores?
Eh? Don't be silly. They all do, of course. It's just that Frankie here, he has his sights set on something different.
Something feels strange.
In any case, he's a good boy, and please get along with one another.
Very big circus.
The enchanting music, the prancing animals, the Berry Big Circus is fabulous! If you come here, you can see a show once a month.
Really? Then maybe I should.
Was she just thinking about committing a crime? Once a month, you said. Is it always the Very Big Circus?
Of course! I'm Regina Darling's biggest fan. My darling Regina, she's just so fabulous. She's such a cutie pie, I could just eat her up.
She really likes her darling Regina.
That's why I'm worried about poor little Simon. If he is found guilty, Regina Darling will be heartbroken. Mr. Lawyer, please take care of little Simon. If there's anything I can help with, please don't hesitate to ask.
Okay.
But really, I would have loved to show everyone yesterday. You did such a wonderful job on the stage, Regina Darling.
I'm so happy to hear that. I'm glad all the prisoners came to see it.
Well, about that, just between you and me, not everyone came to see the show.
That would be Dogan and Sod, I imagine.
There were 3 people who didn't see your show yesterday. Unbelievable, really.
Excuse me, but did you say there were 3 prisoners who did not see the show?
That's right. I took a count and there were 3 empty seats. And we even had the correct number of seats set out.
Doesn't that seem weird to you, Mr. Edgeworth?
It does. We had thought that Dogan and Salt were the only 2 prisoners who were not present in the courtyard during the show. But that doesn't add up. Where did the 3rd person go? Further investigation is needed.
Ah, I was having much fun talking to you, Regina Darling, but that I completely forgot. It's time to feed my baby.
My baby?
Ah!
Oh, it's just a fucking alligator.
It's an alligator!
Oh, Ellie, you look as cute as ever.
It's Allie the alligator.
Oh, how cute! So her name is Allie?
Yup, she's Allie the alligator. She's my favorite out of my family.
How lovely! I want to try petting it.
If Regina Darling wants to pet it, go right ahead. I'll allow it.
They seem pretty excited.
We need to go check on the prison cells, don't we?
That's right. Let's look for the 3rd prisoner who didn't see the animal show. March 28th, 4:02 p.m. Prison hallway. Mr. Edgeworth, I've finally found you, sir. Who could this be? Oh, it's Dick Gumshoe! Time someone now for another person to shred my voice. Detective Gumshoe, I take it the investigation is running smoothly?
The judge and that prosecutor haven't shown up yet. Oh yeah, I also got your message, sir.
What was the result of the examination of the victim's cell?
We hit the jackpot, sir. Traces of blood were found on the cell floor. There wasn't a whole lot there, though.
This should prove that the murder occurred in the holding cell.
Indeed. Our probability has increased. However, we still cannot say for certain.
I thought you'd say that, sir. So I asked that lab guys to look into it a little further. They're running blood analysis on blood, so we'll know soon if it's the victims or not.
Way to go, Gummy! Good thinking.
Detective, you've outdone yourself. What caused this sudden foresight?
I'm actually a little hurt that you're so surprised by it, sir.
I hope nothing bad comes of this. Once we get the results, we can prove that the scene was the holding cell, which leaves
Finding out how that doggy managed to sneak his way in here.
Just leave that to me, pal. Since that other prosecutor isn't here, we can investigate as much as we want. That's why I brought my secret weapons with me.
He's got missile, probably. Secret weapons?
That's right, pal. They've gotten us out of a few jams before. Take a gander at Dick Gumshoe's 7 secret weapons.
Looks like he'll come in handy. Want to take up his offer, Miles? Detective, please allow us the use of your secret weapons.
Sure thing, sir. First, I'll give you a rundown. Secret weapon number 1. this trusty metal detector. Perfect for finding all kinds of metallic objects.
As its name implies.
Next, secret weapon number 2. Everyone's favorite pal, Missile.
Look, it's Missile, everybody.
He can track any scent you want, especially the scent of food.
He's much cuter than Mr. Dogan's dog.
And then secret weapon number 3. It's, this.
Isn't that a fishing pole? What are you trying to catch?
No, actually, I just brought it by accident.
Never mind that. What's the next, detective?
That's all of them, sir.
What? You called them the 7 secret weapons, but there's only 3 of them.
That's all I have for now, pal. We can use the rest next time. I can't just reveal them all at once. Why do you think they're called secret weapons, pal?
It doesn't matter. We'll just use the 3 he's provided.
All right. Which one do you want to use?
I want to use missile, but I don't know if that's the right one to use. You know, it probably is missile, actually, because we can think like a dog.
You want to use missile, sir? Hey, pal, over here, missile.
Look at him!
Ah, there he is.
First, let's decide what scent he should track down.
We are searching for the route Dogan's dog used to get to the detention cell. This route would have also been the same path used to carry the body to the prison.
So if we have him track the scent of the body,
That should lead us to the path.
Don't you smell something sweet?
Really? All I can smell is the scent of blood.
It's a very faint scent, like a cake or something.
The scent of cake from the body?
All right, missile, get a good whiff of that scent, pal. Come on, let's file after him.
That way is...
He's heading right towards the special cell.
And he's gone straight inside.
Yes, let's follow him. March 28th, 4:24 p.m., prison special cell. This is Dogan's cell, but it looks like he's absent at the moment. Maybe he's being interrogated?
What's in here?
Shh! I think he's found something.
Thank you for doing that voice acting. What could there be in this room?
Mr. Edgeworth, we better take a look.
Well, there's a chisel with a bell on it.
Look at this, Mr. Edgeworth. There's a small chisel here.
I'm not well versed in woodworking, but this seems to be a pocket-sized chisel.
A pocket-sized chisel. It must be convenient to have one wherever you go.
Is that from a thief's point of view?
No, it's from a great thief's point of view.
She didn't even skip a beat. Cookies? A teacup and biscuits. I suppose he has his tea time in here, too.
Playing chess while drinking tea in his cell. Isn't this going to be a bit overboard with this special treatment? It's like he gets whatever he wants.
Don't complain to me. You should tell him yourself.
I think I'll pass on that.
Chessboard. It's Dogan's chessboard. It still has that hound piece on it.
The chessboard has legs. Aren't these things expensive?
They can be. This is very good craftsmanship.
Mr. Dogan playing chess is kind of unexpected, you know? I figured he'd be more of a Go player or something like that.
Go. Do you play Go, Kay?
I'm really good at Go Bang! But
that's not Go. Alright. Chisels. It's the chisels Dogan uses. There's more than enough for him to murder someone with.
speaking of chisels, it kind of looks like someone used the chisel on your forehead, Mr. Edgeworth.
And what is that supposed to mean?
See, that furrow between your brows getting deeper. It looks just like a carving.
I would leave the subject alone if I were you. Missile, what we got?
Missile, maybe. Is this what you're barking at?
Woof, 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 woof.
Whoa, hey! Knock it off, pal! Chocolate cake is bad for dogs. that's how it's gonna be, I'll eat it all myself. Wow, that was pretty good.
Good for you. But it looks like someone else has a problem with that.
That wasn't fair, Gummy. I want to eat it too.
I doubt it's wise to eat food you find lying around a prison.
Anyway, I guess Missile was barking at the cake, sir.
That was pointless. Is that police dog going to get the job done?
He's fine, pal. He was just following his stomach instead of his nose.
Let's track down the scent of the body for real.
Let's track down the scent of the body for real this time, Missile.
Woof, woof, woof.
Oh, looks like he's found something else, sir.
It feels like Scooby Gang running. Oh, he's in front of,
Now it's this cell.
This would be Mr. Elbert's cell. I'd like to examine the interior. Detective, call a guard.
Roger that, sir.
Look at J. Elbert. Good work, detective. By the way, is J. Elbert still being held in the disciplinary room?
No. He should have already returned. He was present during his own will call. He may have been assigned to work himself.
Shit. I see. Well then, may we examine the cell?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what we got? We got a poster.
Ah, there's a poster of Mr. Elbert on the wall. And what's this next to it? Is this weight loss target?
He was a former boxer. He probably continued with his weight management. It seems he also takes various protein supplements.
Muscle protein, hustle protein, weight loss protein, nothing but protein.
Which weight class was he aiming for? There's a timer?
Mr. Edgeworth, how many minutes do you think this hourglass goes for?
Mr. Elbert is a former boxer, so I'd say 3 minutes. In a boxing match, each round lasts for 3 minutes.
Bzz, wrong! The correct answer is around 2 minutes. Why? Because, well, the glass is cracked and some of the sand is spilled out.
What? How could I have missed that? Punching bag. This sandbag shows signs of repeated use. Oh, missile?
You want a box 2, Missile?
Ha! Look at him go.
It can't be. Detective, move this sandbag at once.
Yes, sir.
No way, is he digging a tunnel? He fucking is digging a tunnel? A hole? This is...
Hey, Missile, come back here.
I'm going to.
Hold it. I'll stop them, sir. It's too tight for me, sir.
Detective? It can't be helped. I'll have to wait for her to contact me. Oh, God. There's an escape route? I mean, of course, it's a prison case. Of course there's gonna be, like, a secret passage underground, but, like, whoa! Hello, Kay, are you alright?
Don't get so worked up. Right now I'm in the detention center.
The detention center?
That hole comes out at Knightley's cell.
Really? Really? Stay where you are. I'm coming over there now. J. Elbert? What? What the hell? How did this happen? Was it under the bed the whole time?
Hey,
Kay!
Mr. Edgeworth. I really helped out, didn't I?
Indeed. She doesn't appear to be injured.
The floorboards have been ripped out from under the bed, sir.
Of course they have. How did we not see that the first time? I see. It seems we've found what we were looking for. The passageway between the detention center and the prison is blocked by solid doors. However, there was a secret tunnel. Secret tunnel! Secret tunnel! Beneath it. We were following a sweet scent and arrived here. That means the scent must have come from Knightley's body.
Come to think of it,
His body was covered in dirt. It may have been caused by passing through the tunnel. Kay, what was the inside of the tunnel like?
It was pitch black, so I really couldn't see much, but I took some photos.
Please show us. Well, there's dog footprints. This is spoons and forks. Were these used to dig the tunnel? Were these used to dig the tunnel? But more importantly, what are these footprints? These footprints, could they belong to a dog? Well, are they not missiles? This surely will be vital evidence. However, before we can consider that, we have a big problem. A problem? A problem? J. Elbert could use this tunnel to move around freely. Detective, confirm his whereabouts post-haste. Post-haste. Perhaps he's...
You may be right, sir. This is a big deal.
After speaking with the guards, the search for J. Elbert was carried out immediately. They searched every nook and cranny of the detention center and the prison. But in the end, they found no sign of him. March 28th, 5:34 p.m., detention center. Hallway.
Did you contact the police? Yes, ma'am. We've already done all that. We set up security pin around the prison, ma'am. Right. This is the first scandal in our prison's history. We're so sorry.
She's completely different from before.
Prison's history. Mr. Edgeworth, was it? Thank you for finding the escapee's tunnel. But it's a little too late. Mr. Elbert has long since left here.
I don't believe he has gone beyond the detention center. There are security gates located at the exit of the detention center. I believe it would have been difficult to get through those, wouldn't you agree?
Maybe he has another tunnel.
We certainly can't deny the possibility, however...
Anyway, there's no use in you being here now. 1 second. Please return to your investigation.
Yes, we'll do that.
You guys get back to your posts, too. Yes, ma'am.
Detective Gumshoe, sir. We've got the results of that blood test you requested. Good work, pal.
Bada bing, bada boom, bada ba doom. These are the forensic results on the bloodstain found in Knightley's cell. Yes. You can link eventually. I have a playlist. The first 3 I've done too.
So, what's it say, Mr. Edgeworth?
The blood is confirmed to have been Knightley's. Cool. Hey now, that's good news! We've found the bloodstain in Knightley's cell and discovered the tunnel the dog used. Furthermore, the security camera shows footage of a dog attacking Knightley in his cell. We have all the evidence we need. It's time we ask Dogan a few questions.
Dogan, did you say? Please use utmost caution. That man has henchmen, even has henchmen outside of the prison.
Outside of the prison? Is this related to the secret trade routes as the supplier?
The police have been searching for Dogan's henchmen for ages. I've also been helping them, but...
So that means back then.
So he backed out. Even after all the stuff you went through to get the evidence transferred from the precinct.
That's right. I don't know how many times I've tried. I can't report back empty-handed.
Assassin sure is one tough cookie, huh?
You had evidence transferred from the precinct. From the precinct?
Yes, we bottled all the evidence concerning Dogan. I've been interrogating him personally in my office, but no matter how much evidence we have on him, we can't get a single word out of him.
The warden interrogates him herself? Why go that far?
Lose your focus and I'll eat you alive. Be on your guard.
Whoa, whoa. You've made Uncle Ray a little nervous. March 20... Oh, look, it's these motherfuckers. Alright, well, that's fine. That's totally fine. That's totally fine. Judge Courtney, what are you doing here?
Questioning a prisoner. Did you forget we're investigating as well? Or rather, have you forgotten my warning? If you value your badge, you should not have appeared before me again.
I'm sorry if you thought that I would abide by those words. I won't overlook something as important just to heed your warning. I've come for a testimony about the truth of this case which you have overlooked.
You mean to say you require my humble services?
As I promised, I've returned to prove that you are the culprit.
Interesting. Do tell.
Before that, you should first listen to our reasoning. We can say with confidence that Simon Keyes is the culprit. Only Simon Keyes could have moved Mr. Knightley into the prison. And we can show proof of this fact. But first, I'd like to hear your resolve, Mr. Prosecutor Edgeworth. If our reasoning is correct, will you submit it to us? Your prosecutor's badge.
You'll deprive him of his badge? Is that a threat, pal?
No, it's not a threat. Rather, an act of compassion. Normally, I wouldn't have even taken notice of you since you have no right to investigate. However, if you are able to show proper resolve, I would be willing to let you be my opponent. Are you willing to risk it? Your prosecutor's badge? Mr. Edgeworth!
Mr. Edgeworth, sir.
Very well. I trust my own reasoning, but moreover, at the moment, I am currently a defense attorney's assistant in first and a prosecutor second. I will not sully the good name of the Edgeworth Law offices. Yeah, but you'll sully mine, huh? I intend to see my job through. I won't yield to your threats.
So be it. Is this bravery or simply foolishness? Only the goddess on the goddess of the law's behalf, I shall be the judge of that. Sebastian, allow me to... Yeah, I got it. I'm counting on you, Justine.
Movement to the prison.
I presume you know of the incident Mr. Knightley caused the day before yesterday? He attacked a guard and stole his keys. Afterwards, Simon Keyes stopped by his cell with the animal cage from the show. During this time, Mr. Knightley was able to use the stolen key to exit his cell. He then hid in the cage while it was moved to the prison workroom.
So Mr. Keyes went to his cell after all.
After hearing you talk about the security camera yesterday, we investigated it ourselves. Why don't you have a look? I have here a printout of the security camera footage. This is the moment when Mr. Keyes visited Knightley. Exactly. As you can see, the cage creates a huge blind spot in the cell. By using this blind spot, Mr. Knightley could have entered the cage. That is our reasoning.
A blind spot. That means the camera doesn't actually show him entering the cage. At this time, there's still the possibility that Knightley never left his cell.
But why would he be hiding inside of an animal cage? Mr. Knightley was planning to escape from prison. That is the only possibility. A prison escape? That's so cool! First Mr. Elbert and now Mr. Knightley? I won't let them show me up!
Okay, this isn't the time to get excited. J. Elbert's escape is no laughing matter.
Simon Keyes was aiding Mr. Knightley in his escape. In other words, he was an accomplice. Not bad, Simon.
Don't praise him!
That cage was transported temporarily to the workroom. Originally, Mr. Knightley was to remain hidden until the end of the animal show. He would then be carried out along with the cage. I presume that was the plan. However, midway through the plan, he was betrayed by Simon Keyes and murdered.
Judge Courtney's reasoning does appear to make sense. However, there must be a hole somewhere. I must not overlook anything. Rebuttal. I presume you know of the incident Mr. Knightley caused the day before yesterday? Yeah, we do. I don't know. He attacked a guard and stole his keys. Well, I want to press that because Knightley doesn't have the keys. Do you have proof Knightley stole the keys? It is the only explanation as to why Mr. Knightley would have attacked the guard. We will know for certain the moment the guard gains consciousness. Is that really true? Should I ask Judge Courtney for more information? Oh, well, yes, of course. There's one point in your reasoning that is odd. Let me actually look at this real quick. Current location unknown. And if Knightley stole them, they'd probably still be on his body when he was murdered. So, it's probably that. If Knightley did indeed steal the key, I'd expect he'd try to escape immediately. Was it really necessary for him to wait for Mr. Keys to help him escape? He simply chose the method with the highest probability of success. After stealing the key, he concealed it on his personage as he waited for the opportune moment. That is what I believe. He concealed the key. Judge Courtney, such an oversight is unlike you. Knightley could not have concealed the key, and I can prove it. Knightley did not hide the key, and the proof is the keys, because they weren't on his body. Take that! Nice, cool. Good job, me. Haven't the guards informed you yet? They searched Knightley after he attacked the guard, and the key was nowhere to be found. Since the key's location is unknown, your logic doesn't hold. That is not an issue. There is an explanation. Mr. Knightley had the key, it simply wasn't found. The reason being, he concealed it inside the chessboard. The chessboard? You mean the one that concealed the murder weapon? Come now, how do we know whether or not the murder weapon was really there? What? Take some responsibility for your own words. That was all Sebastian's idea, after all. So those two don't always agree on their reasons. In other words, once we put all the pieces together, Mr. Knightley concealed the key he stole from the guard inside of the chessboard. When Simon Keyes arrived, Mr. Knightley used the key to slip out of his cell. He entered the animal cage and was transported to the workroom. All thanks to his accomplice, Simon Keyes. Mr. Knightley had a plan to be carried out outside after the show had ended. However, he was betrayed by his accomplice and murdered during the circus performance. Mr. Keyes performed in the show. He would have had no opportunity to murder him during the circus performance. No opportunity. Is that so? A story plays itself out on the stage, and such was the case with the animal show. So she examined the contents of the show. The suspect plays the role of the villain who antagonizes the elephant heroine. In the final act, the villain is defeated by the heroine's love and all ends well. At that point, the suspect, in the role of the villain, is blown away by the heroine's burning love and makes his exit. Blown away by the elephant?
Was he hurt?
After being blown away, the suspect disappeared from the stage. The suspect was absent from the stage for about 15 minutes. Are you saying that the crime was committed during that time? Even in such a short period of time, it would still be possible to carry out the murder. Don't you think so? Well, I have one wiped away floor that says otherwise because Knightley has bloodstains in this room. And if Knightley was killed in the warehouse, I need to know how long it takes to get from warehouse to the the workroom. And I think that's what the next step of logic is going to be. So, he committed the crime in 15 minutes and then returned to the stage. That may have been possible if the crime scene had been in the prison. Judge Courtney, the actual crime took place in the detention center. I'm afraid I cannot accept that camera footage alone as evidence. As for evidence, I have it. Well then, please show us your evidence. Exactly. I already laid it out. Where is the evidence that shows the scene of the crime was the detention center? It's that wiped floor, of course. This is the floor. Oh, good. Oh, goddess of the law. I am unable to comprehend your mysterious ways. This is what we discovered. The area here was tested positive for Mr. Knightley's blood.
Ah! This blood test. Can it really be trusted? To begin with, how were you able to conduct such a scientific investigation?
I happen to have a subordinate. I can't vouch for his competence, but he is a man I trust.
That detective? This concerns me. I cannot think why one would disturb the order of law. The Prosecutorial Investigation Committee's influence goes as far as the police department. Ha 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 ha. Gummy's in trouble!
Forgive me, detective. I'm afraid something bad may come of this.
I will accept the fact that the blood was found at the detention center as evidence. However... How ridiculous! This is unthinkable of you, you third-rate prosecutor!
Mr. DeBest, you're here? I'd completely forgotten about him.
There's a giant contradiction in your statement. According to the security tape, a dog killed Knightley in his cell. Then, after he left the cell, the blood on the floor was wiped away. Huh? Did the dog wipe away the blood stains? As if that could happen.
That is possible. Of my Anubis. Right, boy?
What?
That was one of the tricks I taught him while I was still out in the outside world. He makes sure to hide any bloodstains he makes. So as to not leave behind any evidence.
I was saved, if only by chance. Shouldn't you have taught your dog to shake or something?
Anubis also performs that trick very well. But the shake I taught him is a little different from the others. First, he bites the victim's hand.
Stop, stop, stop! I don't want to hear your fucking bullshit! I see. I understand. Prosecutor Edgeworth, it appears you've gathered a good hand.
I'm glad you understand.
My argument isn't over yet! Objection overruled.
Hey now, that's a little harsh.
Sebastian, would you allow me the privilege of explaining? Sure, Justine.
Do you finally realize? The murder occurred in the detention center. Therefore, that assassin's pet dog.
My opinion has not changed. Unless I can understand how the dog was able to enter and leave the crime scene, I'm afraid I cannot accept your logic, Prosecutor Edgeworth.
I've been waiting for you to say that. Now, let me show you. This evidence shows the route the dog used to go between the detention center and the prison. It's obviously that secret tunnel.
The secret tunnel.
This photo.
It shows a secret tunnel hidden in the prison.
That's impossible! A secret tunnel!
This tunnel was dug by the escaped prisoner, J. Elberg. It begins in his prison cell, and it's connected to a holding cell in the detention center. Secret tunnel! Yes, Wolf. Namely, the victim's cell.
I'm shocked. How did this...
Dogen, you must have known of this, since you used this tunnel to commit murder.
In the name of the goddess of law, I hereby reject Prosecutor Edgeworth's claims.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Evidence is everything. That remains true here, just as in the courtroom. Isn't that right? I have evidence here. Horace Knightley's autopsy report.
Edgeworth's getting the autopsy report updated on him?
Oh man, what a turn of the tables. Autopsy report? Since when? Why are you surprised? This was delivered straight from the police a short while ago. It's not complete yet. More of a preliminary report. Here, the very word of the goddess of law is written. Cause of death, stab wound to the neck. Died instantly. Murder weapon, sharp metal object. The victim was stabbed multiple times in the same spot with the sharp object. Although they were unable to determine the actual shape of the murder weapon, they have clear proof that it was a sharp metal object. So, do you still stand by your claim that a dog used a sharp object to kill the victim?
This can't be!
That is all. The court is adjourned.
But wait, the tunnel contains dog footprints.
Perhaps it may have been one of Anubis's walking courses. I can never tell what Anubis gets up to outside of my cell.
Something feels unnatural about all this, but I have no evidence. Courtney Pie, you sure pulled out a hidden gem at the very last moment. She waited for the perfect time to reveal the autopsy report. Have I let her outwit me again?
Appointed Attorney Shields. Here is the autopsy report from earlier. I apologize for the delay.
No, it's all right. Thank you. I gladly accept it.
Mr. Shields, I don't believe it's necessary to hold hands while exchanging documents. I'd advise you to stop.
Huh?
Persist any longer, and I shall call on the strength of the goddess of the law.
I'll be careful.
Justine, well done. Just as I planned. I only acted in accordance to your instructions.
The autopsy report came straight from the police. I can't refute it. However, if the murder weapon wasn't the dog, Dogen will be cleared of suspicion.
The merciful goddess of the law so decrees. If you choose to yield now, your badge will not be taken.
What'll you do, sir?
She says that, but my answer remains the same. Judge Courtney, it is as I said before. I will see my job through. I will not yield to threats.
So, even now you still refuse to give up? If you want to keep your badge, this may be your last chance.
Right now, I am a defense attorney's assistant. What I protect is not my badge, but my client.
The goddess of the law grows weary of your sentiment.
Hold it. Now we're talking. Miles is starting to understand that a defense attorney never gives up. Actually, those words were of your old man.
My father?
It really is in your blood. You're the spitting image of him right now. You said it yourself. You've changed since you were tainted by Von Karma. It's only now that I've actually come to believe it. Mr. Shields. Well then, Miles. Now's the time to put those skills to the test. Think beyond your limits. If the murder weapon was a sharp object, does that really negate your reasoning? The murder weapon was a sharp object? That's it! There were 5 chisels emplaced in the special cell. Dogen is a former assassin. It's quite possible he could kill someone with just a chisel. In that case, the weapon that killed Horace Knightley was the chisel with the bell.
Is that all? Well then, I suppose we'll be going...
Evidence is everything, didn't you say? The murder weapon was a sharp metal object. However, such a weapon has not yet been found. Has yet to be found.
What? So what are you trying to say?
The only decisive evidence is the actual murder weapon itself. And that was in plain sight the whole time. The real murder weapon is Dogen's chisel.
What did you say? Take responsibility for your own statements. The scene of the crime was Mr. Knightley's cell. You said so yourself.
If the evidence changes, then so will my logic. That too is courtroom procedure, is it not? If the chisel was used, that means the killer was human. However, the fact remains that we cannot deny the security photo.
Yeah, what about that photo?
I'll give you the answer. This photo shows the moment. dog left at the victim. What is this? What is the photo? Is it, the security footage. The dog didn't kill. The dog leapt. Dogan's dog leapt at Knightley. However, the victim did not die at that time.
Didn't die?
He was only knocked unconscious. The dog didn't move a dead body. It moved the unconscious Knightley. And the real killer was its owner.
I see. If the victim was moved, it would have been impossible for Dogan to commit the murder.
I don't like this line of arguing because it doesn't really work. Because how would Dogan have actually killed it, leave his cell? I don't know if I quite agree with this.
And use the murder weapon.
Indeed, the killer is Sirhan Dogan. It can only be you.
I bet your teacher used to write on your report card. Needs to pay more attention on what others say.
I would think that would describe you more.
We examined that room, every crook and granny. Right, Justine? We examined all 4 of Mr. Dogan's chisels and found no traces of blood.
Thank you, Judge Courtney. Thanks to you, I am now certain.
Thanks to me? Whatever do you mean?
When I came here earlier, I saw 5 chisels.
That's right, there were definitely 5 before.
So the one that disappeared was...
The smallest one, presumably for portable use. Dogan, where is that chisel?
I'm not free to leave this place. I've no need of a portable chisel.
Not free to leave? In that case, he mustn't have been free to hide the deadly chisel either. Dogan, you just dug your own grave.
It seems you know something. Would you care to show it?
Dogan couldn't leave, so the space he hid the chisel is obviously in his own cell. Duh. Dogan is a prisoner, so he can't leave his cell freely. Perhaps he could have sent his dog out to dispose of it. But he would not have been able to confirm the weapon's location.
So what does that leave?
Above all else, special metal tools are allowed in this cell. Even if one chisel were to appear here, no one would suspect a thing. You'd be a fool to not take advantage of that.
I see. Of course, it's always the safest to be do it something yourself.
But I examined everything. I didn't find any hiding places in the cell.
I'm certain that the murder weapon is here. The reason you haven't found it is because it was cleverly hidden.
Hold it. You say I hid it. Where exactly? Where exactly?
Think, where could he have hidden it? It's probably on the dog. Think, I have to remember everything up to this point. There must be some clue.
Ah, does this mean what I think it means?
Let's get going, Mr. Edgeworth.
Yeah, it is on the dog. Come to think of it, that dog hasn't barked at me once today. Previously, when I came to the special cell, it barked on Dogan's command. That's it! That's what's been out of place! There's just one place he could have hidden the murder weapon.
Giving up already? How dull. How dull.
I will present evidence. This piece of evidence shows where you concealed the murder weapon. And it's the dog. He hid it in the dog. It's in the dog's mouth, probably. Hasn't your dog been awfully quiet today?
Now that you mention it, it hasn't barked at all. Before it was... Sirhan Dogan, open that dog's mouth now.
Anubis doesn't bark needlessly. I ordered him to do that before.
In that case, order it to bark now.
Naturally, you should be able to do so, too. You should be able to, if you have nothing to hide.
It was inevitable. Anubis, show them your mouth.
There it is! As you can see, a dog of this size can easily conceal a small chisel in its...
What? Why a chisel? The dog really had one in its mouth?
I thought he was unusually quiet. Was he unable to follow the discussion?
Sebastian, could you call the forensics department urgently, please? Ah, I got it.
Reaction. This chisel tests positive for blood. Ah, that's the murder weapon.
What?
I guess that proves my theory wasn't just nonsense. Would this chisel be the murder weapon then?
It reacted positively for blood. There's no doubt about that. Mr. Sirhan Dogan, now that the murder weapon has been found, I must ask for your testimony.
We know how your dog got to the detention center, and we found the murder weapon. Do you still think you can talk your way out of this?
Interesting.
Before we get to his testimony, I need to get water. I'm gonna get something really quickly. It'll take 30 seconds tops. Here we go. Ready? Go. I'm almost there. I got 10 seconds. All right, and 30. All right.
Interesting.
This guy, even at a time like this, he's smiling.
Well, Anubis, it seems everyone has become suspicious of you. It's quite troubling, but since it has come to this, we have no choice but to tell the truth. I did not kill anyone. I've long since grown weary of killing.
What's this? His face looks completely composed.
It seems we'll need to listen to Mr. Dogan's explanation. Please, promptly give your testimony.
Certainly. Here we go. First of all, I would like you to explain my motive. I do not know anyone by the name of Knightley. We share no connection. So I wouldn't think some motive for murder would just appear out of nowhere. Or are you insinuating my Anubis had a motive? He only bears his fangs at others on my command. I do not hunger for blood so much as to kill a man I do not even know.
Coming from an assassin sure is persuasive.
An assassin who only kills acquaintances? I doubt that would be profitable.
I may kill strangers in my line of work, but I never make it personal.
Is there evidence that shows a connection between Knightley and Dogan? I should thoroughly review the evidence once more. Yeah, it's the chess. The correspondence chess. Also, what the fuck? Why do we have 2 cases in a row with 2 assassins? What's up with that?
First of all, I would like you to explain my motive. I do not know anyone by the name of Knightley. We share no connection. We share no connection.
Yeah, I mean, Knightley's memo, the position of the pieces, I mean, that's kind of a big coincidence. Yay, I did it. You've lost your touch, Sir Dogan. If you had your dog clean up after you, you would have disposed of this too. This is a record of a correspondence chess game found in the victim's cell. This record, and the chessboard in your cell, both clearly depict the same game.
What? What?
I've heard that the number of possible chess positions is around 10 to the 120th.
10 times 10, 120 times? 100, 1,000? Is that even a real number?
Indeed. There's absolutely no way these two could have coincided by chance. Tell us your reason for killing Knightley, unless you intend to explain this as a coincidence. Unless you extend it.
Well, don't they say that the truth is stranger than fiction? It is as you said. This is merely a coincidence.
But there's no way that could have happened.
My correspondent's chess opponent was the victim in this incident. What a horrible coincidence. Aren't you shocked too, Anubis? Anub, looks like I have to tell them the truth. Anubis, my boy. The animal show, or something. That was when everyone left. Anubis brought the body to my cell. He already had been stabbed in the neck with the murder weapon. I did not wish to be suspected, so I had Anubis carry the body to the workroom. After that, he pulled out the murder weapon and returned to me.
So you're saying the one who pulled the weapon out was Anubis?
That's right. If I had pulled out the murder weapon here, the blood would have been a real problem.
Right, so I don't know really. Mr. Edgeworth, isn't that what that sod guy said?
A large black dog was biting into the neck of the victim.
What? What did you say?
It was truly hellish scene. That dog killed him.
I see. So that means Saw witnessed the moment the murder weapon was pulled out.
Oh, yes. That prisoner's testimony. It surprised me when I first heard it. It's not often that Anubis makes a blunder like that. Right, boy? Now, I believe that explains my actions. I did not kill him. All I did was remove the murder weapon. Now, will that be all? Anubis is getting tired.
Objection! Whoa there. Just a moment, Mr. Dogan. Mr. Shields! Isn't there one thing you haven't explained? Why would you need to pull out the murder weapon in the first place? That's right. I understand why he'd move the body to draw suspicion away from him, but he didn't need to retrieve the murder weapon. Oh, thanks for the follow! I done a thing. You done a thing. Oh, we're at 50 followers! Oh boy! We did it, everyone! We're at 50! Hooray! Oh, that's exciting. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it so much. Now, okay, because I'm at 50, now it's just a matter of getting the remaining streaming time to get to affiliate. So soon, very soon, we'll be able to do like custom emotes and shit, and I'm super excited and fucking shit like that. Care to elaborate, Mr. Dogan?
It was because of this bell. The bell attached to the murder weapon. And the bell on my dog's neck. They share a distinctive shape, wouldn't you say?
The assassin Siron Dogan's trademark. Trademark? An assassin's trademark? The blind assassin, Siron Dogan. He always appears at the sound of a bell. The sound of a bell ringing in the dark of night is said to be the last thing his target hears.
You remember well. It has been a while since you last saw my bells, after all.
When I prosecuted you in court, I confiscated a knife with a bell attached to it.
Yes, my bells. There are only 2 in the world.
Only 2?
They're custom made, attached to my knife and Anubis' collar. Even though I can only rely on my ears, I can easily identify them. Alas, one has been confiscated and is not in my possession.
Attached to the... Okay, cool.
When Anubis brought the body, here, I heard a familiar sound. I thought my knife must have been embedded in the body. So imagine my confusion when I found it was merely a chisel with my bell attached.
Indeed, your knife is nothing like this chisel.
Either way, those bells are my trademark. Moreover, I'm the only one in this prison who uses chisels. With all this, I knew I would be falsely suspected. So, I removed the murder weapon and hid it.
So you're claiming that you only moved the body?
Didn't I tell you? That chisel isn't mine. If you think I'm lying, go ahead and check for my fingerprints.
Sebastian. Eh? Me? But how do I check for forensics? Yes, ma'am. Reaction. We have fingerprints. They're Knightley's, Justine.
What about Dogan's?
Nope. Just Knightley's. And there's no evidence of prints being wiped either.
Only Knightley's fingerprints? It can't be.
Should we re-examine it?
See now? I never touched that chisel because I ordered Loomis to carry it in his mouth. In other words, the fingerprints belong to the chisel's original owner.
Yeah.
The murder weapon's owner was the victim? This is perplexing.
At any rate, I did not touch the murder weapon. In other words, the killer could not have been me. Is that right? Isn't that right?
Gah, I have nothing to refute that. How could this... Is he really not the killer? Could Dogan's testimony actually be true? This can't be.
It seems this is sufficient enough to not warrant any further explanation. As it stands, you have not changed the state of this case. I believe this is more than enough reason for you to reason for us to relieve you of your badge. To save needless fuss, I suggest you hand over your badge now.
This is bad, sir. They sound serious.
It's regrettable, but with those prints as decisive evidence, I'll have to rethink my logic from step one.
But there are still many unexplained things. Why would Mr. Knightley be carrying a chisel?
It could be used for many things, perhaps even prison escapes.
Well then, how did he carry it into the prison? I mean, the prisoners aren't even allowed cutlery, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Hey, Mr. Edgeworth! Even if your reasoning is off at first, you shouldn't let that confuse you. The most important thing is to arrive at the truth. Isn't that right? It doesn't matter how you get there. The end result is to save Simon. We have to do everything we can for his sake.
Well said, Kay.
Nice one, Kay. I really want to scout you for the law firm now. Remember when Uncle Ray said, a defense attorney never gives up? Miles, do you understand the true meaning behind those words? Behind those words? The true meaning of those words? Defense attorneys carry the fate of their client on their shoulders. You are the only person your client can rely on. Just like with Mr. Keyes, we're the only ones who can save him now. We are linked by fate to our clients. That is why we must never give up. There's no way Uncle Ray can go against the teaching of Gregory. So, what'll you do? What will you do? What will you do? Currently, I'm a defense attorney's assistant. No, an assistant at my father's firm. I've made a commitment to this case. Therefore, if I don't save my client, I cannot say I've achieved it. I will abide by this to save Simon Keyes. No matter how many times my logic fails, I will always find another possibility.
Okay, you're finally back. Well then, let's search for that other possibility. To start with, do you think there was a way Mr. Knightley could have brought the chisel into the prison?
The method Knightley used to bring the chisel into the prison was... the chessboard. Good, I guessed properly. That was a legitimate guess. Normally, metal objects can't be brought into the... Okay, real talk, real quick. As a voice actor person, a voice actor, brought into the detention center. Brought into the detention center. Brought into the detention center. It's like, brought into the... What a string of T sounds. Brought into the... Normally, metal objects can't be brought into the detention center or the prison. Normally, metal objects can't be brought into the detention center or prison. Or the prison. They'd be caught by the security gate. However, there is one way to avoid this, and that is if they're sent in a package to the detention center. That gate is only used on people. In other words, packages sent to the detention center undergo a simpler check. So they don't use a metal detector for that? This never should have happened. It seems the guards were too careless. Knowing this, Knightley asked Simon to send him a package, namely a chessboard containing the chisel. Well, this has solved up one of our problems, the fact that the chisel was not Mr. Dogan's but Mr. Knightley's. Given this, one major issue remains. The security camera shows a dog attacking the victim. As long as that exists, I will maintain that Dogan is the killer. But Dogan never touched the murder weapon. I'm stumped. We also desire a conclusion to this matter.
Mr. Edgeworth, we can use one of my secret weapons, sir. Secret weapon number 4, the video analyzing machine, Mr. Analysis.
What's with that ridiculous name? How much more of this is there? Oh, I need to stop soon. It's almost 3 hours long. What's with that ridiculous name?
I named it myself, sir. This let us analyze video footage in detail.
Go ahead. You'll soon see I'm not lying. I don't know what will come of this, but all we can do is investigate. You know what I think I'm going to do? Before we dive into Mr. Analysis anymore, I think now is actually a great place to stop, just because my voice is getting a little tired, and frankly, we've been doing this for about 3 hours, and yeah, we've made a lot of progress. So, I don't know about you, but I think this is probably a good place to pause and save this game data and suspend the play. So, if you enjoyed this stream, I really appreciate all of you who showed up, even if you didn't stay the whole time. If you're watching this on demand on my video on demand channel, thank you for watching. You know, thank you all, since all of you I think watching right now are followers, that's really cool. I soon hopefully will be able to say don't forget to subscribe if you're not a subscriber already, but that's for down the line. I have to wait a month and do all the work there, because now it's a thing I can do. But in any case, thank you all for watching and attending. I'm confident, Jesus Christ, this is a long case. I'm confident we will finish this case in the next Tuesday, actually. Next Tuesday we will continue with this case, and I might even have a guest, someone else who might be able to do some other voices so that I'm not going between 7 characters at once. Oh my god, I was going between Edgeworth, Gumshoe, Kay, Ray, Justine, Sebastian, and Dogan. All in that last exchange. Holy fuck. Okay. Well, that's all for me. I'm gonna tune out now. See ya. Until next time, thanks for watching. Have a nice day.